Discover the incredible facts and curiosities about Russia, the heart of Moscow and the world's largest country. Russia, the largest country in the world, is a true enigma that has fascinated generations with its history, culture, and vast territory. Did you know that Russia has more than 100 ethnic groups and a geography that varies from cold steppes to tropical landscapes? But have you ever wondered what secrets Moscow, the capital of the Eurasian giant, holds, or how Russia influences global politics and science? In this video, we will explore amazing facts and curiosities about Russia that will surely surprise you. If you think you know everything about this colossus of history and culture, stick around to discover what no one has told you. Do you dare to delve into the mysteries of Russia? Let's find out together. Russia is undoubtedly one of the most fascinating and complex countries in the world. It covers a vast territory that extends over 11 time zones and offers a wealth of history, culture, and nature that makes it an enigmatic and unique destination. Not only is it the largest country on the planet, with an area of more than 17 million square kilometers, but it is also a place full of mysteries and surprising facts that many are unaware of. From its capital, Moscow, to its remote landscapes in Siberia, Russia is a nation that never ceases to amaze. Moscow, the beating heart of Russia, is a vibrant city, full of history, stunning architecture, and an overflowing cultural life. The Russian capital, home to more than 12 million people, is one of the largest cities in Europe. Red Square, the Kremlin, St. Basil's Cathedral, these are just some of the monuments that make it a must-see. But Moscow is not only history, it is a city that is advancing by leaps and bounds, being a world reference in technology, art, and fashion. In fact, it has been the scene of international events that have marked a before and after in the global panorama. As for the history of Russia, it is impossible not to mention the vast empire that spread across Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and beyond. For centuries, Tsarist Russia was a world power, and despite the profound social and political transformations that occurred during and after the Russian Revolution of 1917, the country remains a key player in international politics. From the Soviet regime to today's Russian Federation, the nation has had a significant influence on world events. But Russia is not just about its political history or its vibrant capital. The country is full of curiosities that may surprise even the most knowledgeable. For example, did you know that Russia is home to more than 100 different ethnic groups? From ethnic Russians to Tatars, Bashkirs, Chechens, and many more, the cultural diversity in Russia is astounding. This mix of traditions, languages, and customs creates a rich cultural tapestry that is reflected throughout the country, from its festivals to its cuisine. One of the most fascinating aspects of Russia is its geography. With such a vast territory, the country has a variety of breathtaking landscapes. From the Caucasus Mountains to the taiga forests to the deserts of Central Asia, Russia has it all. Siberia, that vast northern region, is known for its extreme climate and dazzling landscapes. It is a place of great contrasts, where temperatures can drop to -50 degrees Celsius in winter, and home to some of the deepest lakes on the planet, such as Lake Baikal. This lake, located in Siberia, is considered the deepest lake in the world, with a depth of more than 5,300 feet. It is also one of the oldest bodies of water, with a history dating back more than 25 million years. Another notable feature of Russia is its contribution to art and science. Russian literature has left a world-renowned legacy, with authors such as Lev Tolstoy, Fyodor Dostoevsky, Anton Chekhov, and Alexander Pushkin. Their works continue to be studied and admired around the world. In addition, Russian classical music has made its mark worldwide, with legendary composers such as Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky and Sergei Rachmaninoff. Russian opera and ballet also have an impeccable tradition, with the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow being one of the most prestigious places in the world to enjoy these arts. Russia has also been the cradle of many scientific and technological advances. It was in this country that the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, was launched in 1957, marking the beginning of the space race. In addition, the figure of Yuri Gagarin, the first human being to travel into space, is one of the great icons of science and space exploration. Today, Russia remains the leader in aerospace technology, with the Roscosmos space agency working on missions both in Earth orbit and exploring other planets. Russia's mineral wealth is another of its great curiosities. The country is one of the world's largest producers of oil and natural gas, which gives it great influence on global energy policy. In addition, Russia possesses huge reserves of precious minerals, such as gold and diamonds, making it a key player in the global natural resources market. Its vast forests are also a crucial source of timber and other natural products. However, despite being the world's largest country, Russia has a relatively low population density, with less than 9 people per square kilometer. This is due to the enormous size of its territory, which includes vast uninhabited or sparsely populated areas. The most densely populated areas are in the west, near the borders with Europe, while eastern Russia, especially Siberia, remains a sparsely populated region, although it boasts landscapes and natural resources of great value. Speaking of Siberia, this remote corner of Russia is home to some of the most unique animals on the planet. It is home to species such as the Siberian tiger, which is the largest feline in the world, and the brown bear, which is also among the largest of its kind. In addition, Siberia has a rich biodiversity that includes wolves, moose, polar bears, and a wide variety of birds and fish. The region is also famous for its endangered wildlife, making it a key location for species conservation. Another interesting fact is that Russia has a wealth of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. From ancient monasteries and fortified cities to natural landscapes, the country has more than 30 sites that have been recognized for their cultural and natural importance. These include the Moscow Kremlin, the historic center of St. Petersburg, Valdai Island, and the ancient cities of Siberia, all of which bear witness to the historical and cultural richness that encompasses Russia as a whole. Russian cuisine also has its charm and offers a unique combination of flavors, influenced by the different regions of the country. Dishes such as borscht, a beetroot-based soup, shkai, cabbage soup, pelmeni, a kind of ravioli stuffed with meat, and blini, Russian pancakes, are just some of the delicacies you can try in any corner of Russia. In addition, alcoholic beverages, such as vodka, play a fundamental role in the country's culture, Russia being famous for its production of this spirit. We cannot leave aside the Russian winters, which are world-renowned for their severity. With temperatures that can be extremely low, winter in Russia is a unique experience. Cities are covered in snow, and the ice transforms the landscape into something almost magical. Russians, however, are well prepared for these extreme conditions. In fact, the Russian winter has been a defining influence on the culture, with customs and festivities celebrating the arrival of the cold season. In short, Russia is a country of contrasts. With its enormous size, complex history, and rich and varied culture, it is a nation that always has something new to offer. Whether exploring vibrant Moscow, discovering the secrets of Siberia, or learning about its influence on art and science, Russia never ceases to amaze. As the world's largest country, it has unrivaled diversity, fascinating geography, and a history that spans centuries of transformation. Without a doubt, every corner of Russia has a story to tell and a mystery to discover. Russia is a country whose cultural heritage is vast and diverse, reflecting its history, geography, and people. From literature to music, film to visual arts, Russian art has left an indelible mark on the world. Some of the most influential writers of all time were born in Russia, such as Lev Tolstoy and Fyodor Dostoevsky, whose works continue to be read and studied around the world. In addition, Russia was the cradle of innovative literary movements such as symbolism and futurism, and in the 20th century, writers such as Alexander Solzhenitsyn, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature, witnessed the complex social and political changes in their country. In the field of visual arts, Russia has also been a pioneer. Artists such as Vasily Kandinsky, considered one of the fathers of abstract art, and Marc Chagall, with his unique and colorful style, gave the world a new way of looking at painting. Constructivism, an artistic and architectural movement born in Soviet Russia, also had a significant impact on 20th century aesthetics, with figures such as L. Lissitzky and Vladimir Tatlin transforming traditional conceptions of art. The Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg houses one of the most important art collections in the world, and the Tretiakov Gallery in Moscow is another highlight for art lovers, with an impressive collection of classical Russian paintings. Music and dance are another mainstay of Russian culture. Classical ballet has a tradition that is revered around the world, and Moscow and St. Petersburg are known for their prestigious opera and ballet theaters, such as the Bolshoi Theater and the Mariinsky Theater. Russian composers such as Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, Sergei Rachmaninoff, and Igor Stravinsky created some of the most iconic pieces of the classical repertoire, and their works continue to be performed on the world's greatest stages. Russian ballet, with figures such as Anna Pavlova and Mikhail Baryshnikov, has left an enduring mark in both technique and aesthetics. Russia also has a great tradition in cinema. Although Soviet cinema was one of the most influential of the 20th century, with filmmakers such as Sergei Eisenstein, whose work Battleship Potemkin is considered a masterpiece, Russia's film industry remains relevant today. Directors such as Andrei Tarkovsky, whose films Solaris and Stalker explored philosophical and existential themes, have cemented their place in the history of world cinema. Today, Russian cinema continues to be known for its ability to combine the traditional with the modern, producing both commercial hits and auteur films that are highly regarded by international critics. Russian cuisine also reflects the country's diversity and cultural richness. Although many think of the famous borscht, in reality Russian cuisine is much more than that. From game meat, including elk, deer, and poultry, to fish from rivers and lakes, Russian food has a wide variety of indigenous ingredients. Caviar, a delicacy closely associated with Russia, has a long tradition in the country, especially black caviar from the sturgeon of the Caspian Sea. Blini, traditional Russian pancakes, are served with a variety of fillings, such as jam, caviar, or sour cream, and are a delicacy that accompanies both celebrations and everyday life. Russian food also adapts to the extreme weather conditions, with hot and hearty soups such as shkai, cabbage soup, and solyanka, a thick and tasty soup that combines different types of meat or fish. As for traditions, one of the most important festivities is Maslenitsa, a celebration marking the end of winter and the arrival of spring. During this week of festivities, Russians enjoy blini, games, music, dancing, and bonfires. This tradition has pre-Christian roots, and although today it is celebrated as a religious holiday, it retains many of its original pagan elements. Another key holiday is Victory Day, celebrated on May 9th, which commemorates the defeat of the Third Reich in World War II. It is a day of great national pride, with military parades and commemorative events remembering the war dead. One of the most curious features of Russia is its connection with superstitions and folk beliefs. For example, Russians are known to be very superstitious, and it is common to see rituals and customs that may seem strange to outsiders. For example, it is considered bad luck to say goodbye for good, so people often say see you soon. Another fairly common superstition is the belief that if a person sits at an empty table, it will bring bad luck, so Russians often place an empty plate on the table to avoid this bad omen. In addition, the figure of the domovoi, a protective spirit of the household, is still part of rural beliefs, and many Russian families still perform small rituals to make sure their domovoi is at ease. Russians are also known for their hospitality. Although the image of a cold and distant Russia persists in many people's imagination, the reality is that Russian people are generally very welcoming and pride themselves on the tradition of welcoming visitors with warmth. On many occasions, the host will offer a hearty meal, even if the guests are strangers. It is traditional to toast at the beginning of the meal, and a toast is made before each dish served, a gesture that symbolizes the wish for prosperity and health for those present. Religion also plays an important role in the lives of many Russians. The Russian Orthodox Church, one of the oldest branches of Christianity in the world, has a great influence on daily life, especially in religious celebrations and rituals. Russian churches, with their characteristic onion-shaped domes, are easily recognizable throughout the country. In addition, the Orthodox calendar is different from the Western calendar, which causes some holidays to fall on different dates, such as Christmas, which in Russia is celebrated on January 7th. Respect for religious traditions, holidays, and rituals runs deep in many parts of the country, and in rural areas, faith remains an integral part of everyday life. One of Russia's geographical curiosities is that it is one of the longest road networks in the world, and despite its vast size, many regions still rely on rail routes for transportation. Railway tracks in Russia stretch for more than 87,000 kilometers, and the famous Trans-Siberian, which connects Moscow with Vladivostok in the far east of the country, is the longest railway system in the world, crossing almost the entire Asian continent. Traveling on this train is a unique experience, allowing travelers to cross breathtaking landscapes and experience diverse cultures and communities along the way. Russia also has a rich tradition in sports, especially ice hockey, where the country has been one of the most successful in the history of international competitions. Passion for soccer is also growing, especially after Russia hosted the FIFA World Cup in 2018. Russians are very fond of sports and, despite low temperatures in many parts of the country, skiing and snowboarding are also popular activities, especially in regions such as the Ural Mountains and the Caucasus. In short, Russia is a country of enormous cultural, historical, and natural richness, whose nuances are reflected in both its art and its everyday traditions. Every aspect of Russian life, from its literature to its superstitions, from its cuisine to its festivities, is imbued with a deep connection to its past, its land, and its people. It is a country that invites discovery, where every corner offers a new story to tell and a new aspect of its vast culture to explore. If you've been surprised by everything you've learned about Russia and want to continue discovering more facts and curiosities about the world, don't forget to subscribe to the World and Evolution channel. Here every week we bring you fascinating content about history, culture, science, and much more. Also, if you are interested in improving your financial life and learning how to reach your financial goals, we invite you to visit our website selfmatamillionaires.online, where you will find valuable resources to start your path to success. Don't miss it. See you in the next video.